I'm upscaling a folding child's chair that we found at the Goodwill with a modern design to fit adults. Chairs are hard, but I'm up for the challenge. Today's video is brought to us by Skillshare. We are back from the Goodwill with the most adorable chair I have ever seen. This guy was 10 bucks. We are going to try to recreate this, but human size. We've got some challenges ahead. There's no doubt this is going to be challenging because some of these pieces have curves for comfort. So I started off with this piece of locally grown hickory, totally rough cut, planed it down to reveal this beautiful grain. So now I'm going to use my sled here at the table saw to cut off the sapwood. I've got that piece of hickory all milled up. I had this vintage Trieste folding chair here. I love the design of this, but I love the folding mechanism of the kids' chair. So I'm going to combine the two to create something original. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the long sides. Second thing. Third thing, what step are we on? I want to give myself a little extra length so I can get this angle correct and do maybe a design on the top later. It's already hurting my brain because this isn't the right size and I'm scaling up. It's a little complicated. So we're gonna have the leg that is going to go this way. Then I need the support beam that's going to go in between the two legs. It can't be more than half the thickness of the legs because it needs to allow room for the front legs or the back legs, whatever, to settle in there. As Daniel just said, this is going to be a miracle if it works. It's gonna be fun no matter what. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. If this works, we're gonna make plans for this. It's coming together. I'm getting really excited. So I've got that bottom support that's going to go in there. This is the leftover piece that I think is going to be, we'll call it the headrest. It's a little too big. I'm gonna chop off just a little bit. I'm also gonna plane it down a little bit. So that way there's a little reveal there and everything is not just completely flush. It's gonna add a little bit of design. So I'm gonna go mill this piece up. Then I want there to be a swoop. So I'm gonna draw a little swoop on here and we'll cut that out on the bandsaw. We need to do all of this before gluing up because now's the time. So I'm gonna take a ruler and then I'll line it up with those lines, bend it, and then have a buddy draw a line on there. And then we'll cut that out on the bandsaw. If I do decide to make plans for this, I'll probably shoot another video for the second channel of me showing dowel joinery.
Who's your favorite YouTuber right now, Dave?
Ryan Trahan. Wholesome, really good videos, insanely funny. I am in love with Ryan Trahan right now. It's all positive. He's insanely funny. He is very vulnerable. He shows his awkwardness on camera. I should show my awkwardness on camera a little bit more. The best YouTuber right now is Ryan Trahan. Oh my gosh, that's so satisfying. Oh, it's working, it's working. You know, no matter how long you've been woodworking, when you get past a stressful, complicated part, it's always insanely satisfying. I know this seems so simple, but I really don't know what I'm doing.
A lot of thought actually went into this.
Yeah, looking good. We got that little reveal, a little offset on there. We got this part of the chair all done. Now we need this part which nests into here when folded up. So I'm gonna take this piece, cut 2 more strips out of there that's gonna fit inside there, and it's gonna pivot roughly around here and come all the way down. Right now, the legs are too long. I'm gonna cut them down one of the last steps so I get that angle perfect. I am realizing that this is one of those projects I really should have designed in Fusion 360 first, just to get the right lengths and pivot points and angles for everything. But rule number 4.
It's kind of fun this way.
It's kind of fun this way. We might be wasting a lot of wood though.
Nice wood. Very nice wood.
Nice wood, yeah. Well, maybe we'll have a nice fire later. These two pieces are gonna fit in here, but right now they're too tall. They're the same height as the other sides. They gotta be a little bit shorter so they nest in there fine. So I need to make another cut. That's what I gotta do. Shut up and cut. We need a t-shirt that says shut up and cut. Shut up and cut. And then, bing, gonna put the new t-shirt right here. Bing, shut up and cut. Although I'm still not cutting. I'm not gonna glue this together. I just kind of need it together so I can figure out the next step here, which is routing these slots in there for the chair to slide in there. If I wasn't nervous before, I'm totally nervous now. I grabbed all the folding chairs that I have. I'm trying to figure out angles and stuff. I really should have drawn this up in Fusion 360 because these next few steps are critical. I need to go ahead and commit to an angle and then chop down the feet to that angle so I can get my seat height just right. So I'm gonna cut the feet at the right angle. Not a right angle, but the right angle. So like after an hour of thinking and measuring and rethinking, I think I have what I need for the groove that's got to get routed in here. That groove is basically this right here. There's a pin on the seat that rides in that groove. And the bottom part is not critical, but the top part is critical, so the seat is seats. So it seats in there. I don't know.
Sittable.
So the seat will sit in there. Are you picking this up? Are you getting this?
Picking it up what you're laying down?
It's gonna seat in there. I could say this one more time, just make sure you get it. The seat is going to seat itself in there. Last thing to do for today is to get this piece glued up. Oh, yes. Yes, my main squeeze. Gluten clan, ain't nothing to fuck with. And that is it for today. We're gonna let that sit. We're gonna let my brain sit so I can figure out how to make the chair part. So far, so good. It's a prototype. Whenever you make a chair, you have to do a prototype. I've got 2 chair videos. One was a prototype, and then the next one was the real one. It's just how chairs are fussy. People want to be comfortable. It's human nature. Plus you got weird angles, and you got weight, and you got size, and you got all this stuff, and we're complicating it by having a folding chair and not having a really good model to work off of because we're upscaling that, but we're taking design from that. It's all gonna work. It's all gonna work. It is the next day. It is time to make the seat. I've gone ahead and milled up some more wood. These two chairs have two totally different types of seats. This one has this like box with an actual box joint on there. And then this one has slats that are sitting on a couple pieces. I like this look better. It looks a little bit more comfortable. And this look allows us to put a little curve in there. So that's what we're going to do. A couple thick boys on the sides and some slats in the middle. I have the two end pieces for the seat. Before I cut the slats, I'm going to cut these two pieces that connect to the end pieces to hold the slats. And you might be able to see on camera, there's a slight curve to that. So something we got to think about when cutting this out. More cut. We have the main frame of our seat. We cut all the mortises for that. Now we need to cut the slats that are gonna go in here. I'm gonna take this piece and just resaw it into some thinner pieces, cut them out, and then before we glue it all together, we gotta cut a little swoop in there for comfort. Swoop, there it is. Can you dig it? We have our slats cut. This one has a little defect in there, but there's no slat shaming today. So the next thing I need to do is these pieces here, I need to cut that little swoop in there for comfort and looks. Mostly comfort, but also looks. Mostly looks. And some. We went ahead and drilled a few more holes. These little ones up here are gonna hold a steel pin. It's gonna ride in the groove that we cut earlier. I'm gonna cut the steel pins right now. And then these two bigger holes is gonna hold a big dowel rod. It's gonna go right down the middle and everything is gonna pivot off of this. Hopefully, this works. Also, I don't recommend using an angle grinder in your carpeted wood shop. Just let that sit and dry for a little bit. This is all coming together. Fingers crossed, pre-drilled the holes at the drill press, and now we're gonna pre-drill the holes into the assembly here at the bench. I'm using some playing cards as a spacer here. Having a deck of playing cards in the shop is so valuable.
For sure.
That looks pretty good.
Wow.
We
that
could.
looks really nice.
I know. The hickory is just beautiful. We thought about using dowels instead of screws, but we decided to honor the Trieste design. We found these chairs at a Goodwill. I don't remember what they were. It was like 20 bucks or whatever. And I get home and I found them in this book. I used to be a graphic designer. For whatever reason, graphic designers love chair design. I didn't know this, and then I started working for ad agencies, and then it just seemed like all the other graphic designers were really into chairs, so I naturally got into chairs myself. I've got a few chair books, and I have this one, which is highly recommended, but that Goodwill chair, the big one.
What'd you pay for it?
I don't remember, maybe 20 bucks or so. It's in this book. So now we're gonna drill our pivot hole. Add a little epoxy. Ideally, I would want a nylon washer, but I don't have any. So we'll just use a little metal one. So we got the first part of the mechanism done. It folds up really nice. So this is 3/8 steel rod. I have one major fix to redo that'll make this work. I'll talk about that here in a second. In the meantime, I'd like to tell you about today's sponsor, Skillshare. I am obsessed with learning new things, and I think that's an important trait when it comes to being self-employed. This is basically a one-person operation. I mean, besides the help of my brother who makes me and the shop look good on camera. Here at Make Something Industries, I'm a woodworker, a graphic artist, a bookkeeper, an editor, a photographer, I'm customer service, plus a dozen other completely independent skills. And there are classes for all of those things that I just mentioned on Skillshare, plus a whole lot more. Maybe you don't want to be self-employed, but maybe you want to move up where you're at or change careers. Skillshare is a great resource for that. My focus in 2023 is to become better at productivity as well as managing my self-confidence. I've said many times today while making this chair that this might not work, and I've questioned my ability. And Daniel keeps telling me, you got this. That's the phrase of the day, you got this. Except the one time where you're like, this will be a miracle if this works, except that one time. There's an entire class on confidence as it relates to creativity. How perfect is that? So maybe you're fine where you're at in your career, but you just want to better yourself like me. You're gonna want to check out Skillshare. The first 1,000 people to use the link down below will get a free 1-month trial to Skillshare. That means you can watch anything and expand your skills. Again, link down below in the video description for a free 1-month trial to Skillshare. All right. Let me show you where I went wrong and what I did to fix this. This is where I initially had the hole for the steel pivot dowel, and it was obvious it wasn't going to close all the way, so I had to re-drill the hole here closer to the edge. Okay, let's pound in the dowel and see if it works.
Yes.
Oh, do we have a chair? This is the moment of truth.
That's so sick, dude.
Dude! Oh my gosh, hopefully. We did it. This part needs to be carved out a little bit more. You have no idea how excited I am that that worked. I am blown away by how well this came out. Working without plans, I only made one little mistake. The PDF plans for this will have some refinements. And over on my second channel, I'm gonna do a very concise step-by-step video on making this. I did carve out the back to make it a little bit more comfortable and added some polyurethane. If you enjoy seeing the creative process like you did today, then you will love this video where we took a classic children's toy and turned it into modern fine furniture.